When you sit down to pick a gaming laptop, the first thing that makes you pause is the fear of buying something that looks perfect on paper but turns out to be a mismatch for your real-world routine. You might wonder if a 17-inch screen will be a hassle in a small apartment, whether the RTX 4070 will actually keep up with the newer titles you care about, or if the price premium is justified beyond the headline specs. That's exactly the angle I'm taking today. No glossy marketing copy, just a look at how the GIGABYTE Aorus 17.3-inch 240Hz WQHD laptop behaves when you actually plug it in, launch a game, or try to get some work done. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. First off, the size. This machine is built around a 17.3-inch WQHD display that claims 240Hz refresh and a 100% sRGB color gamut. In my testing environment, the screen was bright enough to handle a sunny coffee shop without squinting, thanks to the 300 nit anti-glare coating. The resolution gives you that crisp 1440p experience, and the high refresh rate truly shines when you fire up fast-paced shooters like Valorant or Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 2. The motion looks fluid, and the reduced input lag is noticeable even without a high-end external monitor. However, that extra screen real estate does mean the chassis extends past the typical 15-inch footprint you see on most gaming laptops. If you travel often or need to fit the laptop into a tight backpack, you'll have to accommodate the larger footprint, and the weight around 7.8 pounds is noticeable on a daily commute. For a stationary gamer who prefers a desktop-like experience on the go, the size is an advantage. For a frequent traveler, it can be a drawback. The heart of this machine is the 13th generation Intel Core i7-13700H, a 14-core beast that pushes up to 5 GHz. Pair that with 16 GB of DDR5 5600 memory and a 1 TB PCIe 4.0 SSD, and you get a system that doesn't just launch games quickly, it handles the background tasks that matter to many gamers. I tried running a Steam library scan while streaming a 1080p YouTube video, and the SSD remained snappy with virtually no slowdown. In a more demanding scenario, running a game while compiling code in Visual Studio, the CPU usage spiked but never crossed the 85% threshold, meaning there was still headroom for multitasking. The RTX 4070 GPU, while not the absolute top tier, still delivers 1080p and 1440p performance that sits comfortably above the 60 frames per second mark in most modern titles. In Cyberpunk 2077 at medium-high settings, I was hovering around 6,570 frames per second, which is respectable for a laptop in this price range. If you're looking for ultra-high frame rates at 4K, you'll quickly hit the ceiling, so manage your expectations accordingly. One practical strength that often gets lost in spec sheets is the Thunderbolt 4/USB 4 port. It supports 40 gigabits per second data transfer and can deliver power to the laptop, meaning you could theoretically run the laptop from a single USBC power brick while also hooking up an external GPU or fast external SSD. I tested this by connecting a 2 TB external SSD and a 4K monitor via a single hub. The laptop recognized both instantly and maintained performance without a noticeable dip. This flexibility is a real plus for creators who need fast storage on the side, or for gamers who want to dock the laptop for a more permanent setup without sacrificing speed. The keyboard deserves a brief mention beyond the usual RGB lighting. It's a full-size layout with a dedicated numeric keypad, which is a rarity on modern gaming laptops. The 3-zone RGB can be customized per key, but more importantly, the key travel felt solid enough for long typing sessions and for precise keystrokes in competitive games. In a quick League of Legends match, the keys responded without ghosting, even when I spammed multiple abilities simultaneously. That said, the RGB lighting is bright and can be a bit overwhelming in a dark room if you don't tone it down, so you'll want to adjust the profiles in the software. Now let's talk about the Wi-Fi 6E capability. The integrated Intel AX211 offers a 22 antenna configuration, which translates to a more stable connection in congested environments. In my apartment, where neighboring routers can cause interference, the laptop maintained a steady 800 megabits per second throughput on a 5 GHz band. For streaming, downloading large game patches, or playing online without lag spikes, this is a noticeable benefit. If your internet plan is still on older Wi-Fi standards, you won't see the full advantage, but future-proofing your device here is smart. On the downside, the cooling solution is competent but not silent. The dual-fan system ramps up audible noise under sustained load. Think long gaming sessions or heavy rendering. While the fans did keep temperatures in the mid-70 SC range, the whine is audible enough that you might consider a pair of headphones just to avoid distraction. This is a trade-off many high-performance laptops make, but it's worth noting if you plan to use the laptop in a quiet environment like a library or late-night work session. Another practical weakness concerns the battery life. With a 94 Wh cell, the laptop can stretch to